what is going on, Poke fans? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, we'll be looking at Cinderace deck. So Cinderace, a fire deck in the standard format without Welder. So who would actually thought that this is possible? And yeah, somehow it is possible. The only reason for that is this Libero ability, which says that once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves from your bench to the active spot, you might attach up to 2 Fire Energy cards from your discard pile to it. Flare Striker can hit for 190 with 2 Fire and 1 Colorless energies, even leaving this Pokemon optional to attack just with, Libera plus counter gain if we are ahead of our opponent. If we have more prize cards left than our opponent. In order to use Flare Striker, we need to discard 2 energies from Cinderace. 170 HP seems to be a little bit tanky, plus you can hit for 190. Which means that something like Giant Charm can help you to add 30 more HP, so you can have 200, which means that ADP won't be able to one-hit knockout this Cinderace, which can cause ADP a lot of problems, for example. So this deck can be such a hard matchup for ADP. So with ability to hit for 190 and with Ninetales, Nine Temptations ability, we can actually do a lot of crazy things and combos with these 2 cards. There's also weakening with Infinity. When we run out of the resources, we can just use Infinity, hit for 20 plus 20 times each of our energy in our discard pile, and then just simply shuffle those energies back into our deck, just in case if we run of them. So 4 copies of Scarbony, 2 copies of Rabbit, and 4 Cinderace as the main attacker, backup attacker, Weakening, 2 of which Vulpix and Ninetales with the 9th Temptation for the Pokemon Surge setup, whatever, Stellar Wish, Jirachi times 3, 1 Mew with the Bench Barrier for the bench protection, and 1 Mimikyu with the Shadow Box for a good old friend Mewtwo. So speaking about Pokemon, that's it. 20 Pokemons in total. Speaking about trainer cards and item cards, supporter cards, I decided to go with 4 copies of Pokemon Communication and 4 copies of Quick Ball instead of maybe Quick Ball Evolution Incense. The reason for that is mainly because sometimes we might just don't need, Evolution Pokemon. Sometimes we might just stuck with, Mimikyu and Communication in hand, and then we can simply trade Mimikyu for something else. So that's the reason why I decided to go for 4 Communications and 4 Quick Ball, a little bit of retro style for today's video with this Hard Gold Soul Silver Communication. Speaking about Hard Gold Soul Silver, there are also 4 rare candies from that era, and also 4 copies of Switch, which basically is really important for this deck. Basically once you use Stellar Wish, you can retreat if you have a skateboard, but once you attack with the Cinderace, and if this Pokemon actually somehow survived the attack from opponent, then we can use Switch on Jirachi with the Stellar Wish in order to use Stellar Wish and retreat again to Cinderace. There are also 2 escape boards as well. So that's it from the item cards. Speaking about stadiums, I'm running 2 copies of Giant Heart, which helps this deck a lot to find energies. And then from supporter cards, I play 2 Marnies, 2 Marnies to disrupt our opponent by a little bit, 4 Researches, and 2 Rosas, which says that we can only play Rosa once one of our Pokemon was knocked out during our opponent's last turn, and then we can search the deck for a Pokemon trainer card and a basic energy reveal and put it into our hand. 12 energies as well in total. Some of the cards that might actually help this deck could be, for example, Reset Stamp for sure, maybe even a Giant Charm. Is it a Giant Charm? I think it is. Giant Charm. Oh, Big Charm actually. Yeah, Big Charm for sure. Absol potentially. So yeah, there are actually 3 different cards, 3 different optional cards that can help this deck. So the first one is Absol as the Pokemon card, the second one is Big Charm, and the third one is a Shrine of Punishment, pretty much in combination with Mimikyu. That can actually be very deadly for decks like Mewtwo. So this is the deck list that I'm going to use in today's video. Make sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more videos, hit the likes up if you already didn't. I will definitely appreciate that. So yeah, stay tuned and get ready for the battle. So that's it for the video introduction. Alright, so today I'm playing with a Cinderace, a Fire Stage 2 Pokemon. Not super easy to evolve, definitely, but super cool to play. You can hit for 190 with Flare Striker, which is a lot of damage, but still not enough for the one-hit Naga, for example, against some decks, which is bad. But what is good here is that I have one Quick Ball available, and I'm gonna grab myself Jirachi. I'm gonna put it on the bench, gonna attach energy in order to pay the retreat cost, and I will use one of my Stellar Wish attacks, and there is just a rare candy. So yeah, I guess I need to grab that rare candy next turn. Done for now. Just gonna pass the turn, and I wish... Well, I'm thinking for a little bit. Maybe I made a tiny mistake here because I didn't want to go for Vulpix on the bench with communication, but since I can have Cinderace turn 2 in play, means that potentially I can swing for 190, which is really strong. And there's a Stellar Wish for my opponent. So far he have 2 energies, 1 metal on Zacian, 1 metal on Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia, or shorter ADP. And there's also Pokegear 3.0 as well, unfortunately for nothing. So can he find himself a supporter card? I'm not quite sure. Well, he have Pokemon Catcher. Dude, luckily it is a tail. Send him to Rapid Sport. Alright, I didn't see a single energy. Well, what a nice top deck I found there. It is a switch. So first things first. Let's see what we can find with the Stellar Wish. Oof, oddly, just a switch. Alright. Giant Heart, I guess, for Rare Candy. Not super smart to do it. Not at all. But we did it. And I can Flare Striker my opponent 190 times 2, 3. So far, not that bad, but I lost 2 rare candies. I didn't want to throw out my Pokemon communication. The main reason for that was I was scared, what if I find a Pokemon? And I just did find a Pokemon, but the wrong one. So there's a Clay. Alright, Tag Call, Adventure Bag, Custom Catcher, and Energy Switch. I wish I have my Ninetales available for the Naga against Zacian. That would definitely put me in a real comfortable position, for sure. Big Charm and Escape Board. Does it really matter? Not at all, because I still need to double hit Naga ADP and one hit Naga Zacian. So as long as there is no Fry Pan, I'm just pretty much good. Alternative Creation. So next turn my opponent can swing for 180 and knock me out. And that's what we want to see. Communication for Vulpix. I can also do some damage as well with my Stellar Wish for Marnie. Alright. The only thing that consider me, should I go with Energy Attachment? I guess I should. Marnie for 5. There's 2 rabbits and another Cinderace for the next turn. Because I have Stadium available, I don't see a reason why I wouldn't try to thin my deck a little bit if I can. Of course we can do that. Well, Energies needs to be attached, and I'm good to go with a Flare Strike for 190. It is interesting that I'm not playing Welder in this deck, as you can see. So it might be a little bit tricky to attack with Victory. But there's another Metal Saucer. Next time I guess I can have potentially Cinderace in play. Worst thing, maybe Rabbit. Rare Candy is another card that I really need. If my opponent knocks me out this turn, then he's taking a huge advantage because he's moving down to 4 prize cards. There is a switch. Ooh. Interesting. And another switch. And what's gonna happen after that? A custom catcher play for 3, so he is running out of the energy card. Okay, another ADP, just bench down and energy spinner, so he get lucky there for sure. He will probably try to attack with ADP. What the heck? Was that intentional? He will probably try to... I'm not quite sure what is going on here. I think he just misplayed. Maybe he did that intentionally, I don't know. Probably he knows the best. But that actually puts me in a comfortable position because I can use the switch on Jirachi. I can use John Hart for 2 more energies, and meanwhile what I can do, I can quick ball for my Victory. Victory is the way to go here with energy attachment. A Stellar Wish for communication, I guess. So I can have that Ninetales available in play additionally. Right now, the only thing that I need to do is just knock my opponent ADP, attach some energies, hit for 190. I'm not quite sure what was going on, but I decided not to attack my Cinderace. Active ADP and then just... Yeah, because right now it's just unfortunately GG for my opponent. I have Rosa, and I have also another Cinderace, so I just need 2 energies. So far there is 5 in my discard pile. I think I should have pretty much enough. And Water energy switch. So he can go for the knockout with fresh, full HP, Arceus, and Yoga. And there is another Clay. If he gets lucky, he might be able to put me down to something like 2 prize cards with the Reason Stamp. So Custom Catcher, another Pokegear, and Weak Ball. Best way for my opponent to win the game is maybe to knock the Ninetales out, then knock one of the Cinderace out, and then somehow power up another ADP, which is not gonna happen because he don't have frying pans. And yeah, if he decided to attack, he would probably win the game. And I'm like, yeah, 6 energies in this power is 120 times the 240. That's just like 1 energy away from the win. I'm literally 1 energy away from win. So who would thought that we are gonna win against ADP? Personally, I wouldn't. Alright, so I can first play Quick Ball. See what I have left. How many energies? 2. Actually, 2 of them is more than enough for the win. So Stellar Wish into a Research. And I can John Hart my Rosa. 2 energies. I can use a 9 Temptation Ninetales. Which one my opponent is Asians. Energy attachment, research for 7, and I'm good to go. So retreat on weakness, 4 knockout, and that is GG. I'm not quite sure what happened to my opponent, why. Maybe he didn't misplay, who knows. Let's see if he runs a reset stamp. That can explain a lot of things, yeah. So probably what he was hoping, maybe to draw that reset stamp, and then with the reset stamp he could potentially stamp me down to 2 cards, but the problem is that I don't see a single stadium card in this build. So you wouldn't be able to remove my stadium anyways, and I would have the ability to catch something on the bench with my Ninetales anyways. So yeah, unfortunately for my opponent, that is a GG. And there is the deck list that I use in today's videos. I hope you guys enjoy watching it. Make sure to hit a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more videos. Let me also know what you think about it. Please hit the likes up because it will help a little bit for this video to get a little bit more publicity. Anyways, so yeah, really good card with Libero ability that says that you can just, you know, attach the energies from discard pile to it when you move it from the bench to the active position. You can technically hit for 190. This Pokemon actually reminds me of the Blaziken. If you're not familiar with the Blaziken card and how the Blaziken looks, something similar. Actually, yeah, this Blaziken here as this art reminds me on this Cinderace, pretty much. Yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Till then, have a nice day and goodbye.